Hi and welcome to another episode, and what we've got here is a big box from Japan, bought through Bai, and it's not the only one. Let's get this first one opened. Now, give a bit of a backstory. This was a, if I've got the boxes right, I think I have in weight, because this was 1.2 kilograms, whatever that is in pounds, times it by 2.2, so going on for £3. Anyway, it was a last minute idea, because the thing is when you buy stuff from Bai on their Yahoo replication thing that they do, so us non-Japanese writing readers or speakers can still buy wonderful stuff all the way from Japan. And I've been very careful with this very sharp knife. I don't want to go all the way through. And also I'm going to have a sneak peek. Make sure that there's no incriminating bits of paper inside. Do my name and address away. But first, a word from the sponsor. Way hey, it's PCB Way. They are a fully featured custom PCB service based in China. It doesn't matter if you're a hobbyist wanting a prototype or a company needing a full-scale rollout, PCB Way have got you covered. PCB Way have great services ranging from PCB prototypes, CNC, 3D printing, and all the way back around again to PCB assembly. If you're not sure on how to bring your great ideas to market, don't worry. PCB Way have EMS and OEM services, helping you to make sure not only your product is good product, but a great product. PCB Way are currently having their 5th PCB design contest. They're running along with Mouser Electronics. Get your designs in before 31st of December. They'll judge them over the January 2023, and they'll announce the winners on the 6th of February the same year. For more information on PCB Way's great products and their contest, check the description down below. Well, bit of a sneak peek. There was no bits of paper on top. Now, I did pay extra for this to be packed properly, because it's one of the options that they give. And the way that they do it, it's kind of intriguing. Sorry for the blurriness, it will come back after. There we go. It's going to be a lot of rustling, so stick your fingers in your ears or turn your headphones down. Lots of plastic, but the way that they do it is very clever, I think, because I bought my MSX 2 Plus this way, and basically what they do is stick the object in the middle and put filling foam stuff, you know, to insulation. Let's try to get this out. Whoa. It's going to need a little bit of helping hand, this, because I don't want this all getting all over the place. So basically I'm going to stand up and pull this out of here, and then we'll see what this is. As in, I'll get in as far as I can without actually opening it up. There we go. Filling foam out of the way, and you can see it does carry on filling up. So what we have here is a gadget I purchased because it'll go along with my Yamaha MU2000. Now we'll put this here, and then we'll get the box out of the way. I know the suspense is killing me, never mind you, because I want to get into the next box, because that one is going to be really interesting. We're getting there, we're getting there. So this, as I say, is to go along with my MU2000, because back in the day they actually sold it in one big box sometimes. So you got one of these and an MU2000. For those that don't know what an MU2000 is, I'll describe it as easy as I can. It's a gadget that allows you to do MIDI music. And it's pretty good at doing it. In fact, very good at doing it for my novice ears, because I'm no musician. I can hear differences between notes and stuff. I don't think I'm tone deaf. But I've never actually learned how to play an instrument or anything like that. I find it amazing that people can go blah, 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 and make music. I have tried using a MIDI device to learn and everything, but stuff. So It's had a bit of a life, this thing. You can tell from the top. Get the bubble wrap out of the way. Bit of cleaning will do. It's wobbly, so there's a foot missing. Bit of dust, maybe you can't see, just wiping down. So it needs a bit of a good clean. It's wobbling, but not too sure why it's wobbling. Is the whole frame bent? Bit of weight on it, it'll be fine. But yeah, this is a digitizer. It allows you to, it says you on the front of it, USB audio MIDI personal studio, UW 500. So triple U. Anyway, yeah, you can digitize imported audio and stick it on your computer. So it's had a few different settings. I haven't got the power supply unit, as you've noticed, because there's no point, because over here I need a different plug anyway, but I have many DC plugs for the other MIDI gear that I have, so I'll just double check what voltages it needs and everything. I think you might say it on the top here. No, it doesn't say it on the top. Oh, yes it does. It needs 12 volts. Whoa, I think I've got one. If not, I'll have to purchase one to make sure the light turns on. But they did show it in the advert of that the light came on, so that's a good thing. So let me see if I can find a 12 volt power supply unit and see if we get a little light going on. So 12 volts, red light, appears to be working. I'll test this at a different date. This one isn't particularly interesting, I don't think, unless someone wants to have a video made of it. I'll make a video, but for now I'm just going to leave this as is, because it's the next parcel that, fingers crossed, because all that was a punt, a very expensive one, and I'll talk about that when I've got into that box. But for now, I'll leave that one, and then you'll see a new box. So here's box number 2, and as you can see it says fragile, handle with care, and then it's got someone's size 8 stood on the box. So whichever courier that was along the world from Japan all the way to the UK, thank you very much for not bothering on standing on boxes. Can't stand it when people do that. Anyways, let's get this one open. Now, while I'm getting this open, just to let you know, I haven't zoomed out or zoomed in, so this box is bigger. Oops, missed. Yeah, when it comes to couriers, they've got no excuse for standing on boxes. They just don't need to do it. You don't know what's inside, so why do you think it's safe to do it? You wouldn't want it happening to your stuff. But some people just don't care about their job. Other people's stuff. Now there's one thing I do have to say as well. Everything I've ever received from Japan, the insides have always been immaculate on the way that they've packed them. I don't mean just from this particular company, I mean anybody, just a private seller, because sometimes I have had stuff delivered that way, and they've took such great care in folding and everything. I try to do my best when I'm sending out parcels to people as well, but again, take great pride in doing it. So we've got the same as last time, so I'll struggle getting this open as well, and then we'll see what's inside. Oh, this time it came out a little bit better. Let's try not to bang into everything. Yep, you might be able to tell that's a Yamaha, it says there. So there's 2 little parcels in here. I can only assume the box that I wanted and the power supply unit for it, because this one happened to come with one. I don't need it because it's the Japanese one, but we'll see. Let's move this out of the way. Now, it would have been nice to not have this sent, because this is the most of the weight. It's a huge brick. Yeah, this in total, the whole parcel was 4.4 kilograms, so times that by your 2.2, pushing £10. So it's a hefty old thing, but by the feels of things, if that's even a real sentence, by the feel of it, it was mostly this thing. Where is it? Oh, it's in a bag. Put that out the way. Whoa, this thing is heavy. Yep. So this is popping out 2 volts as well. That feels heavier than that. So anyways, that is just a power supply unit. Big deal. Everyone's screaming at their little phones at the moment. Right, all your big TV. I like streaming YouTube on my big TV. This is the thing that I've taken a punt on, and I really hope it pays off, because if it doesn't, I've pretty much got a very expensive punt. Right, so carefully get the tape to come away. Don't want to scratch it any more than it already is. I'll explain what it is when I've got it open. Calm down. No fast forwarding, don't cheat. Try not to cut myself. So much tape. So those that know, and maybe remember my MU2000, this looks an awful lot like it, doesn't it? And you wouldn't be wrong, or far wrong. And for those that have followed the channel and read the titles for my videos, if you've not bothered to watch them, I do explain on how to zap or update the firmware on an MU2000 to an MU2000EX, which means it gets a few extra things. Right, I don't think I need my tape anymore. Oh, I've taped it to here. I'll just peel it off. Ta-da! It's an MU1000, and people are going to be going, why have you bought an MU1000 when you've got an MU2000EX? Because, please be true. Now this did have photos showing it was working and everything, but across the bottom it has some LEDs, and they were all lit up. They didn't mention anything about what might be hiding in the back. And this is where the punt comes in, because if it's got some expansion cards in, hopefully they're good ones, and it all works. So this is where the suspense is killing me, because the MU series is a heavy wee beast anyway. Fingers crossed there's some cards in here. And there's no cards at all. And that was a waste of time. Oh, that's really annoying. All the PLG boards were lit up in the advert. Hence why I bought it. That's what you get for making very expensive punts. Is it worth risking it? Probably not. Learn through my lesson. You can tell I'm quite fed up, can't you? Now, I decided last time I was not going to upload this video because I was obviously quite fed up and everything, but a few weeks have gone past and the situation hasn't really improved any at all. But I do want to point out all my views within this video, and from now on in, are all my own personal views, and especially of what has happened since. I contacted BAE, and BAE scratched their heads, didn't understand what I was talking about. I told them it was about the PCBs directly, and then he started talking about cables at the front, and it's like, I did not say anything about that. I said about PCBs that are supposed to be inside. If they're inside, the LEDs on the front will light up. If they're not, they won't. And so they scratched their heads at some more, and because it wasn't actually written in the text, now granted I don't read one word of Japanese, but I am using Google Translate, but there was no mention of the PCBs inside. Basically, tough luck. they didn't say it like that. They were very polite, very professional in the realms of sorry, but we can't do anything. But the point is, it was not the way that we're used to, I have to say, when you buy stuff online, the way that eBay does stuff when something goes wrong. eBay is more on the side of the buyer, which isn't always great for the seller, but it's on the side of the buyer. Where it seems the way that Buyee does things is that they're on the side of the seller. I mean, even the fact of just having a bit of a discount would have gone a long way towards the cards not being in there. Anyway, so fine. If that's the way that the situations are, I'm definitely not buying anything unless I'm 100% sure. And the other thing is Buyee really needs to make it easier for foreigners to ask questions. And I understand that sort of tough luck when there's 5 minutes left, but they don't make it very easy to actually ask the seller any questions, unless you're fluent in Japanese. But yet everyone's quite happy to take your money. Now, to add insult to injury, now I did expect to get import tax, but because of delays and everything like that, you seem to get the letter after the fact now. So, it turned out I then owed £56 and 30 pence or something like that. Can't remember it, but it was £56 something for import tax. I got that letter and email like a week after this thing arriving and me making the video. So okay, I pay my £56. That's another kick in the teeth because it's now made it particularly expensive. But again, yes, it was me who took the punt. But then FedEx, in their wisdom, sent me basically I paid on the day I got the letter and the email. They happened to both arrive on a Saturday. It's no big deal. I waited until the Monday and paid it. The point is it was really annoying that I've paid it, and then for some reason FedEx sends out another letter nearly a month later, but dated 3 days after the day I'd already paid, that I still owed them money. I'm like, what? So I phoned them. Again, it was the weekend. So I got some nice polite gentleman who told me, well, their billing department's closed on a weekend, which is okay, fair enough. I'll just have to try to get in touch on the Monday. So I tried to get in touch on the Monday, and then I'm instantly told, well, basically they don't deal with that sort of stuff over the phone. Go to the website and deal with it there. Which doesn't really cover the kind of problem of where they've double billed you with 2 invoice numbers. So it wasn't for the 2 different items, it was the same tracking code for this particular item, trying to bill me twice. So I sent them an email, and then surprise, surprise, I get a robotic reply of, yeah, you've paid. So, but that can be worrying for a little short while of the fact of that they're trying to double the charge you, because that would made it £102 for something that was basically, for me personally, is now useless to me. So yeah, be very, very careful when you're taking a punt and importing stuff from other sides of the world, if it's not through eBay. So, as we always do, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and ding-a-ling-a-ling, the notification bell. Then look down below in the description for links to the Patreon and the Discord. But as always, happy gaming.